Yeah, Magesi had us in the first half.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. They had us in the first half, bro. They literally could have been 2-0 up by the time the interval got there. Cause I don't know, bro. I don't know. My team, we're unsure of ourselves at this point.
A bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I think very different to the Amazulu performance in the sense that it wasn't as collected. I'd say Amazulu, they also, not really to a lesser extent, but they also kind of like, asked a few questions.
Yeah.
But I think Magesi's, credit again to Magesi for just like coming out of the races so emphatically.
Yeah.
To the point where you're even saying, this season, first half, I'm thinking this is going to be so fun of a season if the likes of Sundowns are able to go to Magesi and sweat. This just really makes exactly what we've been saying, what we've been saying for the longest time. Make the PSL exciting, make it competitive. Don't make it a thing of between us 3 points here, 3 points. Make it tough, I'd say. And I think that was something that I saw. And obviously for you, you were the one like on the hot seat this time around. And did that worry you in any sense?
It did, bro. Because yes, the team was rotated. Musa Lebusa was introduced. Divine Lunga had to play centre back in this game. Obas also had to play because I think we started the game with a 3-3 at the back.
Yeah.
But the way Magesi were just able to long ball to Usbanyon, hold it up, lay off, ball back into the box, chance created. Just like that was really concerning.
And you think that after like the first couple of times, you think the coach would like make, in terms of maybe like let's add like another person to press him in the sense of like create like, that make it a bit more difficult for them because, at the end of the day, you guys will always play your high line.
Yeah.
But in the sense that, okay, maybe let's just kind of like maneuver the game. Let's just kind of hold it. Because you think at that point in the game, you think that, okay, maybe like we're a bit under it now.
Yeah.
Let's just kind of like grab the game. Because one thing I've always appreciated or I can acknowledge about Sundowns, whenever we played them, and maybe Chiefs, for example, and the first half, we would like hit them hard. First 10 minutes, you're just like, it's looking tough. We'd even score a goal.
Yeah.
And the Sundowns are able to just kind of like take the sting out of the game. They start passing the ball amongst themselves and they start creating opportunities because they're very smart players. They know how to go into spaces. The Jaden Adams, and you just think to yourself, okay, it's, and that's something that I'm used to you guys doing.
Yeah.
You know how to the point where people might label you guys as boring just because sometimes you just need to slow the game down. And you guys have formulated your game around that.
Yeah.
And you didn't do that. And I'm just thinking, was it because Magesi, with all due respect, are not like a team that have, into comparison to you guys from a quality standpoint, they don't have.
I think it was more of a personnel issue, bro. Because in midfield, Tebogo Mokoena was sidelined. Marcelo Allende was sidelined. So, Khomolimo Mokoena, Kekana, my mistake, Khomolimo Kekana, young player, he was there with the under-20 winning, AFCON winning team. His first Betway Premiership start. Pelele Mkhulise, who has been like on the outskirts for the longest time at Mamelodi Sundowns, given an opportunity here. Jaden Adams, who hasn't really impressed me that much, bro.
This season.
Since his arrival at Mamelodi Sundowns.
Or you'd say you've expected a lot more from him for what he was bought for maybe, and also just the talent that he is.
The talent that he is. He's already an international player for Bafana Bafana, so I'm expecting a whole lot more.
True.
Kekana is there, Mkhulise is there. We're not progressing the ball, understandably. But, like you mentioned, it's Magesi, folks. Please. And also, Litlaku, who seems like he's getting poached by teams in Portugal. And Mabena, our young shining star, they are the ones who started the game. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is a young, inexperienced squad. These 4 players could still play in the DDC, and they're thrown into the deep end here. Which fair play to Coach Cardoso for promoting youth, but we lack control in this game, and it showed. The only time where it seems like we're getting back into the normal Mamelodi Sundowns that we know is when we made a couple of changes in the beginning of the first half. Khomolimo Kekana subbed off for Otapelo Maseko, who has been complaining about this game time. But when he came on, he showed that he still wanted to play for Mamelodi Sundowns, showed attacking intent, making runs in behind. Tashreeq Matthews, probably our most frustrating player because this guy will miss the easiest chances, but he's such a creative outlet. He's such a creative player.
He's those players you can tell. When you give him the ball, he's able to make things happen. He's able to give defenses something to think about.
Yeah.
And I think when you have players like that, you stretch out defenses like that. You're able to just like create spaces. You're able, because I think with Sundowns, the part that I always used to like frustrate was the fact that even if you can say like if you go into a game saying we're gonna man mark Ribeiro, this is next thing you've got Matthews there. You've got Reyners on that side. You've got you've got such a wide and such a broad plethora of talent that, and I think that's always just been your benefit amongst the fact that you're just like a well coached team. So I think credit to you guys for just like surviving through that, and obviously credit to El Capitano, Africa's number one. I think obviously it's very contentious, because you have been very strong in your, I'd say criticism is fair. I'd say you've been, I think you've expected a lot more from your captain, but I'd say in respect, he kind of, I'd say...
He saved us, he bailed us out.
I was about to say, as much as, funny enough, off camera, we were kind of talking about the fact that he needs to be able to save those, those opportunities. It can't be a thing of a team has one opportunity and they score. And I'd say, as much as we can, we will criticize, but we can also give credit. Where credit is due. And I'd say him keeping you guys in the game allowed you to be able to do what you guys did in the second half, which I'd say was a lot better from you guys. I'd say a lot more control. I'd say Magesi, they kind of, you could see this, they sort of got gassed out. First, when you're like going into a game against a big team, you're like, guys, we're going to hit them. We're going to really... And if you don't make the most of your opportunities, slowly but surely, that team, their substitutions, they're going to grow into the game. They're going to slowly create those, and that's exactly what happened. And
also, I think Ayende's introduction is the one that gave us control in the midfield.
I mean, he's a bulldog, that guy. He's a bulldog. He's going to, every loose ball, every second ball, he's just going to be on it. And from a technical standpoint, he's just such a brilliant player.
Quality.
So I'd say that was another game where you could say the subs really changed the momentum of the game. And
I think the goal came, was a graphic goal. The ball went into the box. Ricochet here and there. Jaden Adams manages to find himself on it, and he scores. And
a crucial point, because you're thinking 10 minutes left. This could end up being a banana skin. And you already know alarm bells at Mamelodi. 3 games played, 2 draws, 1 win. I think the standard that you guys have set for yourself, that was going to be a massive, just question mark. Because I'd say it seemed like PSL is already a foregone conclusion in the sense of objectives for the season. Everything else is just sort of where you kind of like, let's apply ourselves, So, okay, but you were still saying,
But seeing that, obviously, like the goal, even though it came against the run of play, just gave us like that sort of...
You needed it at that moment.
We needed it at that time. I like Tapelo Maseko's, like, in terms of energy that he brought in. Even though as a player who has been sidelined, it showed that he still wants to play, as I mentioned. And Tashreeq Matthews, bro. Obviously won the ball in midfield. It advances forward. He gets the ball in a wide area, puts it back in, and Peter Shalulile.
That was a big goal.
129, tying the great Siyabonga Nomvete as the PSL all-time top scorer, man. Legend of the PSL.
Big achievement, massive achievement. I think we obviously now he's not really like the same Peter from 2 years ago. But I think we really just need to give credit to what he was able to do. We were in a league where you could score 12, you would win top goal scorer, player of the season. Just because goals were a lot more shared out. There's no one person who's prolifically killing it, And I think Peter Shalila just kind of just broke that mold and just caught us
15 plus regularly.
And he was really just a massive part of that. I think Coach Jelani's like dynasty team, a couple of them, he was really just like the guy. Every game, just kind of like a poacher. A poacher, a box, fox in the box. I mean, the original Mr. Taki, if we're being honest, and just credit to him. And I'd say, I think it's nice to see that he was able to get to that milestone. Because obviously the future around his, where he's going to be, is still a bit up in the air at the moment. But I feel like he will stay at least for one more season.
And I
think, definitely he will become the all-time top goal scorer eventually.
Bradley, he's there, 121.
Yeah,
problem. The sniper.
And they're both still playing, which is such a interesting, and I think again credit to the longevity of the two of them. I'd say Shalil is like 30. I
think 35.
35 now. So credit to them, just kind of like doing their thing. But overall, just in terms of the performance, I'd say, you needed to just like, survive this. I think, as we always say, champions don't always need to win games beautifully. Just win the game. Everything else will just kind of sort itself out. And I'd say this is one of those games where you guys are still very tired. You're very leggy. I'd say you guys, towards the end, most of your players were absolutely just... Which is funny because it was still a rotated team. But again, I think it just sort of shows you that fitness is not at its best. But still being able to win is proper. And